Hello, our next practical is about Microsoft PowerPoint. What is a PowerPoint? It is basically an presentation software developed by Microsoft, and PowerPoint is having various versions. It's a package which comes under Microsoft Office. Right now, Microsoft Office current version is 2019, and the earlier version were 2016, 2013, 2010, 7, etc. So in this practical, we will discuss how to use this PowerPoint package and create effective presentations. So let's get started. First thing is how to open the PowerPoint, and to make sure the PowerPoint is installed in your system, we need to check it in the start menu. I just hit the start button and type here PowerPoint, and you can see this is the best match PowerPoint 2016. I hit the open button, and this is the PowerPoint 2019 or 2016. Right now the PowerPoint I am using is 2016. One thing I want to tell that this software needs to be purchased before you can use this software. So I am having the setup and the license key purchased, so I can access the PowerPoint in my computer. So this is the initial interface of Microsoft PowerPoint 2016, and first thing I need to do is here create a presentation, blank presentation. So I just hit the blank presentation, created. Let's get familiar with the user interface of Microsoft PowerPoint. On the top, this is the title bar displaying the document title. Currently it's set to presentation 2, and on the right hand side these are the close button, maximize button, minimize button, and below the title bar there is the standard toolbar having options home, insert, design, transition. These are the tabs for various operations which provide various functionalities that can be accessed. We will discuss in the coming lecture what are these options specific to, and below this standard toolbar here is our workspace. This gray area over here is the workspace, and this is where our slide appears. And on the left hand side, this is the slide preview panel. All the slides which we create here, let's see, these are the slides created are being shown here, and we can access from this panel. And below the workspace is the status bar. Here it is showing that currently I am having 4 slides, and there is an option for changing the size of the slide. Right now it's set to 33%. I can increase its size, decrease its size accordingly. So first thing is, what is the presentation? In simple terms, presentation is the collection of slides. These are the slides which are used to create the presentation, and right now the on the screen I am having just single slide, and it's called blank slide. You can see there is nothing out here. So the first thing we want to learn is how to change the background color of this slide. So as you can see over this slide there are two text boxes, and we don't need right now these, so I delete these text boxes one by one. How to delete? I just right click over the border and hit the cut button. Similarly, for this text box I select the border, right click on it and hit the cut button. So all I left with is the blank slide. So first thing is how to change the color, background color. Let's see. On the design tab, I hit the design tab. There is an option called format background. So I click the format background, and there are various backgrounds options over here, like what kind of color you want to fill: a solid color, mixture of colors, a picture, texture, or pattern. For the simplicity, first I choose the solid color. As you can see over here, when I click this bucket button, the color palette appears, and from this palette I can choose whatever color I desire. Let's choose the green color. I hit the OK button, and you can see the color of my slides changes to green. Similarly, there is an option for gradient fill. Gradient is basically the combination of multiple colors. So as we can see over here, two colors are appearing, the blue and the white. So these are the gradient strokes over here, which are used to mix the gradient. Let's change the color of my slide from blue to green. So I want to set the color to green, and as we can see, here are the four gradient stops. So first I delete these gradients, and all I left with is the two gradients, one for white and another for green. Similarly, for white I can choose another color, say yellow, and now you can see this is the gradient formed by mixing the yellow color with the green color. The next thing in the gradient is the direction. As we can see, the direction of the gradient is vertical, and here are the diagonal options too. I can set this color diagonal or this way. These are the diagonal, and these are the simple options, linear options or diagonal options. Next, for the background we can choose pictures, or we can also use patterns. Suppose these are the patterns, we can choose anyone over here for our presentation. And similarly, for texture fills, there are options for these various textures. Whatever you desire, you can select these textures. So this was how to change the background of the slide, and I just want to reset the background to white. And next thing which I want to discuss is the slide size. So what is the slide size? Is basically how much width this current slide is having, and what height this current slide is having. So it comes with the ratio of 4:3 and 16:9. Right now it's set to widescreen, that is 16 is the width and 9 is the height. I can set it to standard, and you can see now the width decreased and the height increases. So when designing a presentation, it's a best practice to set its size to 16:9, that is the widescreen. Okay, now let's discuss there are some templates for the slides. What are the templates? These are the some predefined formatting for the slides we can use. And to access these templates, just visit the design tab, and over here are the templates, various templates for the slides. So I just choose this template, and we can further customize this template over this menu over here. And right now you can see it's yellowish, so I can change it to this blue. So I have applied the template, and my slide looks like more professional. Next thing which I want to discuss is how to create a new slide. To create a new slide, we need to just hit the right click over this preview pen, and there is an option called new slide. So you can see the new slide is being created. 4 slides I have created. So we can create a new slide by simply right clicking and create a new slide. Next thing is how to delete a slide. To delete a slide, we simply select a slide which we wanted to delete and hit the right click, and there is an option called delete slide. So I just delete the slide, or the keyboard shortcut for deleting a slide is delete key. When pressing the delete key, we can delete a slide. Next thing is the how to duplicate a slide. For example, this is the slide I want to duplicate. I want to keep its background graphics, everything as it is, and create a copy of it. So the shortcut is Control D. I hit the Control key along with D. D stands for duplicate, and another option is right click and duplicate slide. This is the way to duplicate the slide in PowerPoint. So I just delete the slides, and here I left with just single slide. The next thing is how to write anything, text, how to write any textual data over this slide. To write any textual data, we need to create a text box. So to create a text box, I just go to Insert tab. This is the Insert tab, and over here we can see there is an option called text box. I just click the text box, and all I need to do is draw. I just draw a text box, and I can write anything over here. So let's write computer is an electronic device. So this is the sample text which I have written, and what we can do, we can customize this text. We can change its font style, change its color, change its size, etc. So let's discuss how to format this text. So in order to format the text, we need to select the text. So I just selected all the text, and here I click on the home tab, and first thing, let's change this font size. Right now its font size is set to 18. Let's change this to 44 or even 60. So I have changed the font size. Next thing is the font style. What is the font style? It's basically how the letters, alphabets appearing in a particular font. Currently, its the font style is the Century Gothic. I can change its font style to anything I like, and from this drop down I can select any font which I desire. So this is how you change the font style, the text size of a particular font. Next thing is how to change the color. Right now the color of this text is black, so I want to change this color. To perform this operation, I selected all the text, and in the Home tab, this font color icon I just hit, and you can see these are all the colors. And if you want more colors, just go to more colors, and you can create any color combination you like. So let's just create a color. Okay, so my new color is the green. So this is how you create a text box, place a text inside it, and apply some formatting. Similarly, you can bold the text, italic the text, and underline the text. The next thing is regarding to text formatting. You can change the sentence case. Right now, PowerPoint is having options to convert all the alphabets to uppercase or to lowercase and a sentence case. We can change these options, and now let's just write a bigger paragraph. Computer is an electronic device in which we input the data, and after processing the data we get the output. So right now what we get is the paragraph, and for paragraph we can set the alignments. First is the center alignment. You can see all the text appear to be aligned center. Similarly for right alignment, and this is the left alignment. All these options are inside Home tab. And last is this justify alignment. You can see there is constant, or there is a kind of symmetry to the left edges and to the right edges. As compared to this left alignment, the right side of the paragraph is not symmetrical, so justify alignment is used to get a kind of symmetry. This is how you create a text box. The next thing is what we do. I just duplicate the slide, and what I want to do is create a list of anything. So to do that, I just create a text box over here, and I say list of fruits. I increase its font size, and what I want here is some list of fruits. Let's see. First is the apple, second is the guava, third is the orange. So this is the list, and I want to properly format it. So what I do, I just select these three fruits, and in the Home tab there is an option called numbering and bullets. So if I choose bullets, we can see these are the symbols appearing before the name of the fruit. Similarly, there is a list called numeric list. I can choose alphabets or numbers to properly format the list. So this is how we create a list in PowerPoint. Let's discuss next concept. The next concept is how to create a table. We can create tables in PowerPoint. To create a table, I go to Insert tab, and there is an option called of table, the second one, and there are various ways to create a table, but the simplest one, I just click on Insert Table option and specify the number of rows and number of columns for that particular table. So let's just I type 5 rows and 5 columns, and we can see this is the table appeared. I can format it, just double click on the borders, and we get this design tab open. In the design tab we can set its borders and formatting option. So there are various formats for the table which we can choose over here. Let's choose this one. So this is how we create the tables, and we can further customize the borders, the colors, etc. Next thing is, first just duplicate this slide. I duplicated this slide, and how to insert the images. Often we work with the images and we can insert the images in our presentation. To insert the image, first we need to have the image. So I just open the Google, and let's see if we can find any image of apple fruit or grapes. So these are the images of grapes. Let's just select this one. This sounds good. So to insert this image into our presentation, what we need, we just right click on this particular image and select option copy image. And what we need to do here, simply right click and paste. Or there is a keyboard shortcut Control V. V stand for victory. So this is how we can insert the image from the internet. And second thing, if certain image is in your system, so let's see. I'm opening a PowerPoint, Paint, Microsoft Paint, and let's just draw an apple fruit. So this is how we draw an apple, and this is the leaf over here. Let's just fill some colors. I pick the bucket, and this is the red apple with green leaf, and for its stem I choose this brown color. Quite good. So I just select this particular section and hit the crop button. So we are, our image is ready. Now just save this image into our computer. So I just go to file menu, hit the save button, and let's choose desktop for its location. We want to store this image in the desktop. Let's just give it a name, apple, and hit enter. I just close it, and we can see apple image is here. So what I just do, I just right click on the image, hit copy button, and go back to my PowerPoint and just paste it. So this is the second way to insert an image from your computer directly. In PowerPoint there is an option also to insert an image. We just go to insert tab, and there is an option pictures. I just click on pictures, and this is the dialog box which is asking you for the location of the image you want to insert. So as we previously created apple image and stored that image in the desktop, I just choose desktop, and this is my image. I click on insert, and voila, we are having our Apple image. Next thing is how to insert shapes. There are various shapes we can insert in our presentation. So let's see how to insert shapes in PowerPoint. To insert a shape, I just go to insert tab, and there is option called shapes, various shapes, arrows appearing here. What I choose this star, and we can draw. One thing I want to tell, whenever inserting a picture or a symbol, shape, etc., just hold the shift key. What does shift key do? It maintains the aspect ratio. Right now I am holding the shift key, and you can see as I am enlarging or reducing the size of the image, its width and height are in perfect ratio. And the moment I release the shift key, we can see the symmetry of this image got distorted. So it is best practice, whenever resizing the shapes, images, hold the shift key. So I just hit the shift key and insert the image, and this is the shape I inserted. Let's just insert another shape. Same steps. I go to insert tab. There are shapes, and I just choose kind of a triangle. I guess this is the triangle. Again, I hold the shift key, and the triangle is properly placed in my slide. And the background color of the both the shapes is black. So if I want to change the background color of this triangle, what I do, I just double click on the triangle, and there is an option of shape fill. What kind of color we want to fill? I just choose the green color. For the star, I just double click, and similarly I can choose whatever color I like. Similarly, I can go with the gradients as well. So I just choose a gradient, and this is the gradient. This is how you insert the shape in PowerPoint. And one more thing I want to tell is we can write anything inside these shapes too. So for example, I want to write something inside this triangle. So what I do, I just right click on the triangle and click on edit text, and let's just write computer over here, fundamentals. Similarly, to increase this font size, I just select the text, go to home, and just increase this font size. Font style I can choose as well, and the color by default is text color is white. I can change this to black or anything else. Let's choose black color. So this is how you insert the shapes, graphic shapes, and format the shapes accordingly. Next thing, I just duplicate the slide, delete these shapes, and what can be discussed? Let's see. This is the home tab, this is the insert tab. Okay. Next thing is the word art. What is a word art? Word art simply a style of writing textual data. So to illustrate, let's see, I choose a style, any style over here. Let's go with the this one, and I type computer, computer. This is first style. Let's add some more. I go to insert tab, word art, and choose this one, computer, and I go to insert word art and this one, or anything different. Let's choose different one, this one, computer. So this is what the word art looks like. Basically provide the some graphics enhancement to the simple plain text. Okay, next thing, let's see what we can discuss. I'll just delete these. I go to insert tab. What new thing we can learn? Let's see. So there is an hyperlink option too. What is an hyperlink? Hyperlink is the URL of a specific web page over the internet. So right now you can see this option is unavailable. So to create a hyperlink, what I just do, I go to this web browser and say for example I want to share with you my official website URL. So I know its URL is lx21c/notes. So this is the website, and over here this is the hyperlink or URL, uniform resource locator of this particular website. So in order to access the website over the internet, what we simply do, we simply type this name or just copy the link, and in the PowerPoint I paste. And when I pasted this link, I selected all the text and just click on this hyperlink option. In the insert tab, this hyperlink option is now activated. So I just click on it, and now this dialog box is asking me what text do you want to display, and what is the address of the web page which will be opened whenever the person click on this link. So address, I type this, and text to display, I just type LX21C notes. Hit OK button, and now you can see the hyperlink is created. Similarly, all these are the hyperlinks we are seeing here. So next thing I also want to discuss is the screenshot. What does screenshot mean? Screenshot is the image we can capture from our computer. So to capture the image from my computer, I just want to capture the screenshot of my website. So how to get this screenshot? First thing is I hit the start button and I type here snipping tool, SNIPPING. This tool is very helpful for taking screenshots. I open it, and this is the user interface of snipping tool. What I just do, I click on new icon, and you can see everything on my screen was blurred. So what I do, I just select the section of the screen which I want to take screenshot of and release my mouse, and this screenshot get captured. And to insert this screenshot in the PowerPoint, I just go to PowerPoint and hit paste button. So this is how to capture the screenshot using method 1. The second method is on the keyboard there is a print screen button. Whenever I just hit the print screen button, let's see what happens. It captures my entire screen. I just hit the print screen button and I go to this current slide, hit paste button, and we can see my entire screen gets inserted here, just the screenshot. So I duplicate a slide. Let's do some formatting. First thing is, I don't want all of the content appeared on this slide to be here. So what I want to access this logo, LX21C logo only. Rest I don't want to access. So what I just do, I double click on the image and there is an option in the format tab called crop. I hit the crop option and now there is something different we can notice on the borders. These black arrows over the edges appearing. So what I do, I just drag the these arrows and select the region which I want to capture. I just want my this logo, so I have selected only this section from my entire screen. What I just do, I just click my mouse on the workspace and this is what I get. I get the cropped section of the image. Next thing is to resize this particular image. To do that, I just click the image and on the borders the circles appear, and if I select any of the circle and drag the mouse, I can resize the image much wider or smaller accordingly. Let's discuss next thing. So for the images we can apply some more effects. Let's discuss with our simple apple image. I copy the apple image and just insert this image over here, and in the format tab you can see various options are here. I can choose whatever style I want to format my images. This is the first style, or I just copy it. This is the second style, and this is the third style with some shadow. So this is how we apply some styles on the images. Now next thing, let's see what we can discuss. This is the insert tab and there is an option called header and footer. This is one of the most widely used option, and what does this do? There are two sections on every slide. The top section over here we call it header, and the bottom section over here we call footer. So whenever I just click on header and footer option, I can set some text or anything. Let's see in the PowerPoint, if I select footer option and here I write my name, Abhishek Kumar, Assistant Professor, Department of Computer Science Engineering, and let's just also include slide number. and apply to all, you can see the slide number appearing here: 13, 9, 8, 7, and in the footer over here you can see this text appearing. So what header and footer do? If I set header and footer for a particular slide, for all the slides that particular formatting will be applied. So on slide 8 there is this footer text. Similarly on slide 7 to all the slides it is showing the footer text. Similarly for page numbers, all the slides are having page numbers as well. So let's see next thing what we can discuss. There is an equation. So if we want to express some mathematical formulas, we can use the equations. So let's just go through the equations. What I do, in the insert tab there is an option of equation. I click on it, and these are the simple equations the PowerPoint is showing me. So what I do, I just choose this basic equation and delete everything, and go to the design tab. So suppose I want to write like this. I write here x upon by, and I want to add some plus symbol. Let's see. Where can I get this symbol? Okay, I need a placeholder for this. So let's just add another, and here I just type plus sign, and I can write x upon y and y upon x or z equals to how much. Or if I want to write some complex integration formula, I can write, I go to insert tab, go to equation, and select the first option. You don't need anything, but go to design, and this is the integration formula with these limits. I choose this one and delete all this. I set the limit from 1 to 10, and this value I can add here the fractional part, and I want to write x square. So to do that I use this notation: x raised to power 2 divided by, I want to write something logical. I can just write x. So this is how we can create equations in PowerPoint. Let's discuss next thing. I delete the equations. What we can see, insert tab I have discussed these things. Design tab I have already discussed. Transitions, let's discuss what does transition means. So to discuss transitions, let's first discuss how to run the presentation. So let's assume my presentation is all done. I am done with the presentation, and I want to run the slideshow. So how to run the slideshow? I go to this slideshow tab, and there is an option from from which position you want to run the slideshow, from the beginning, from the current slide. So for example, this is the current slide, grapes, and if I choose from beginning, this is my slideshow running. So what I do, I just select this particular slide and I want to continue from this slide. So I can choose continue slideshow from current slide. So this is the slideshow, and as you can see, my presentation is almost done, but I can add some more transitions, some more features related to perspective on this presentation. So what I do, the next thing we are going to learn is the transitions. So what a transition is, simply it's an effect and kind of animation effect we apply on a slide. To apply the transition effect, we just go to transitions tab and select the slide, single slide or all the slide we want to apply to operation, this operation too. So just select the first slide and let's see the this first transition effect. Second slide, I choose this effect. For third slide, I choose this airplane. For the next slide, I choose this uncover, split, and there is an origami. And let's see this conveyor and this push, white, random bars, and this vortex. So I just run this slideshow. Another way to run this slideshow is from this status bar. This is the presentation button or slideshow button. I just hit this button and you can see my presentation is running. So I want to run the slideshow from the beginning, so I just go to slideshow and hit from beginning. So this is the transition effects we recently applied. This is the next slide. You can see the slides are appearing with the transitions we just applied. These are the transitions which got applied to the whole slide. Okay, to exit the slideshow at any point, we just need to hit the escape key, ESC, escape key. And another thing I want to discuss with you is how to write anything, illustrate anything on the slide during the presentation. So just run the slideshow. This is the slideshow, and I want to write something over here. What to do, how to write anything over here. So to write anything during the slideshow, and one thing is this would be temporary. Temporary means uh, it's up to you if you want to save the changes or not. So let's just go to the practical. I hit the right click and I choose the highlighter. So what a highlighter do, let's see if you are discussing this slide with the audience, you can use this highlighter to mark the important points, anything. Next is the pen. I just right click on this slide and there is an option, pointer option, the ink color. I choose the blue one and I choose pen option instead of highlighter. Again, the ink color I set to blue, and I can write anything. A, anything with this pen I can write on this presentation. This will give you an edge whenever you are presenting your presentation. So I just hit the arrow keys. So to slide, go between presentation back and forth, you can use the arrow key, right arrow to go next presentation, back arrow key to previous presentation. Similarly, right click on this slide and there are options for next, previous, etc. I usually simply use the arrow keys to navigate through the presentation. Next thing is I just hit the escape key and it is asking me, do you want to keep the ink annotations, that is anything you write on this presentation, do you want to keep? I just hit discard. I don't want my presentation to be spoiled. So as you can see, all the highlights, all the writing I just made gone. So this is best practice to not keep all the writing of slideshow on the presentation. Next thing is the animations operations. What is an animation? Is basically an operation you can apply to any object. Like for example, this image, I just select this image, go to animations, and you can see these are the animation effects. First is this fly out, or I can choose we can see the animations effect are classified entrance, emphasis, and exit. Three categories over here. For the entrance, let's go with the bounce effect. So this is the animation effect applied to this image. Similarly, let's apply to this apple some another effect, the star, another effect. Let's see what can be done, wheel or something else, and this effect. So let's just run the slide so from current slide, and this is the animation effect we just applied to our current slide. So this is the next animation effect. This is next. So these are the concept of animations and transitions. Animations are applied to objects, simple objects like images. It can also be applied to text box, whereas the transitions are applied to slides only. And finally, let's discuss how to save the presentation. To all the work you have done, we need to save this presentation in our computer for later use. To save the presentation, I just go to File, hold Save As, and it is asking me to select a location where I want to store or permanently save this presentation. I choose the location by hitting Browse button, and this is the dialog box asking me for location. I can choose my computer, and these are the drives C, D, E, F. I can store anywhere inside my drives, or I simply choose desktop, give it a name, my PowerPoint presentation. I just hit save button, and you can see this is the presentation I just saved. Next thing I want to discuss is, if You just created a presentation and you wanted to share it with others. There is some issues. First thing is they might not have the PowerPoint software installed on their computers, or maybe they might be watching or accessing the presentation on their smartphone or another platform. So what we can do, we can export this presentation into portable document files, PDF files. To export the presentation into portable document files, here are the steps. First we just go to file, and then we go to export option. In the export, this is the first option, create PDF document. So I just click on it. Again it is asking me the location. I choose the desktop. You can see right now the desktop is selected, and I gave it a name, my presentation, and hit publish button. So what is being done is my all the slides are being converted into PDF files pages. On the desktop you can see this is the PDF document generated for this particular slide. We can access it on any platform, and PDF documents are compatible with all the platform. And the only thing is all the animations, effects, transition effects you have added would not be implemented. So let's just see. This is the slideshow from the PDF document, and there are no transitions whatsoever and animation effects, but all the content is preserved. All the text, all the images you have in the presentation are intact. One more thing I want to share is, suppose we want to export a particular slide. So these are the various slides, and I want to export this first slide as an image. We can also export this slide as an image. How to do that? Let's see. To export a particular slide, just go to file, and there is an option called save as. Just click on save as, choose the location where you want to export the current slide as an image, and over here it is asking me save as a type. I click on it, and this is the drop down, long drop down, and here are the options for image file formats: JPEG, JPEG, and PNG. These are the two image formats widely used. I recommend PNG, portable network graphic format. Select the location desktop, give it a name. I just give it a name, the first slide. And now it is asking me, do you want to export all the slide or just current one which is selected? I just select the current one, just this one. So this is the output, image exported. So this is how you can export the particular image as well from the slide. So most of the things I have discussed, I think this all concept you might have cleared. Still, if you have any queries, you can let me know, and we will discuss those later on. So that's all for the current lecture. Have a good day.